Hey guys, imagine this. A group of explorers stumbles upon a remote island off the coast of Nova Scotia. They uncover strange markings, hidden passageways, and a deep pit that has baffled treasure hunters for over 200 years. But what if the true mystery of Oak Island didn't begin with the money pit? What if the island's secret goes back much further, to the 18th century and possibly even to the enigmatic Knights of Malta? That's exactly what the latest discoveries suggest. In The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Episode 14, the team uncovers shocking evidence: ancient shipbuilding materials, specifically copper nails that predate the discovery of the money pit. These aren't just ordinary ship remnants, they're linked to large European vessels from the 1700s. And if a ship that old was connected to Oak Island, what was it doing there? Who brought it? And most importantly, what were they trying to hide? The Lagina brothers and their team have spent years following every lead, digging through layers of history, and uncovering one clue after another. But when they stumble upon a set of copper nails in Lot 5, nails that have resisted corrosion for centuries, it sparks a whole new set of questions. These aren't just any nails, they're sheathing tacks, typically used to fasten protective copper sheets to the undersides of ships, keeping them safe from the ravages of saltwater. This means one thing: whoever was on Oak Island centuries ago arrived on a large seafaring vessel. But why? And more importantly, why does the evidence suggest they were here before the infamous discovery of the money pit in 1795? It's a game changer. Could these ancient mariners have been responsible for constructing hidden chambers on Oak Island? Did they come to bury something of immense value, something they never intended anyone to find? The discoveries don't stop there. As the team brings in blacksmithing expert Carmen Legg to analyze the copper nails, they get a shocking revelation. Based on the metal composition and design, these artifacts date back to somewhere between 1720 and 1760, potentially decades before anyone was supposed to be on Oak Island searching for treasure. And then, the real bombshell drops. The time period matches another mysterious group known for their secretive movements and connections to lost treasures, the Knights of Malta. If you haven't heard of them, the Knights of Malta were a powerful and secretive order that survived the fall of the Knights Templar. They had immense wealth, influence, and access to hidden knowledge. Some historians even speculate that they could have inherited the Templars' lost treasure. So, could it be possible that members of the Knights of Malta sailed to Oak Island in the 18th century to safeguard something of great value? Could these artifacts be proof that Oak Island's mystery doesn't start with 19th century treasure hunters but rather with a hidden mission centuries before? Meanwhile, back at the swamp, the team is closing in on another mystery. They've long suspected that the swamp was not a natural formation but rather a man-made feature designed to conceal something. And now, with the discovery of 18th century ship parts, the theory is gaining traction. What if an old European ship didn't just pass by Oak Island but was intentionally sunk there? Could the Knights of Malta have deliberately scuttled a vessel, hiding its cargo beneath the murky waters of the swamp? It might sound like something out of a legend, but this is exactly the kind of deception that secretive orders like the Templars and Knights of Malta were known for. If they were trying to conceal something on the island, what better way to do it than to sink an entire ship and cover it with layers of dirt, water, and time? As the team pushes forward with their most ambitious dig yet, disaster strikes. While drilling deep into the money pit area, the ground begins to collapse. The entire operation is suddenly at risk, and the team faces a difficult decision: continue pushing forward despite the dangers, or pull back and risk losing everything they've worked for? This isn't the first time Oak Island has fought back. Over the years, searchers have encountered cave-ins, mysterious floods, and even ice sea losses. Some believe it's the island's curse, a supernatural force protecting its secrets. Others see it as a series of engineering challenges left behind by whoever created these hidden chambers. But one thing is clear: something is down there, and if the team can push past these obstacles, they might finally get the answers they've been searching for. With each new artifact, each new discovery, the puzzle of Oak Island grows more complex. The 18th century copper nails, the possibility of a sunken ship, and the Knights of Malta connection, these are all pieces of a much larger story, one that may be centuries older than we ever imagined. Could it be that Oak Island's true secret isn't just buried treasure but a hidden history that challenges everything we know? Are we on the verge of uncovering the lost legacy of the Knights Templar and the Knights of Malta? One thing is for sure: this mystery isn't giving up its secrets without a fight. But with every discovery, we're one step closer to rewriting history. If the Knights of Malta or another secretive group were on Oak Island in the early 1700s, what were they doing there? The presence of 18th century ship parts suggests they didn't just make a brief stop. Instead, they may have been carrying out a carefully planned mission. One possibility is that they were transporting something of great value, gold, religious relics, or even ancient documents, and needed a secure hiding place. The island, with its remote location and natural defenses, would have been the perfect spot. But instead of simply burying a chest in the ground, what if they engineered an elaborate system to protect it? Could the infamous flood tunnels and booby-trapped shafts actually date back further than we thought? As the team analyzes these new finds, a fascinating pattern emerges. The materials, craftsmanship, and metal composition of the copper nails all point to high-quality European shipbuilding techniques. These weren't ordinary trade vessels, they were built to last, meant for long and dangerous voyages. And here's where things get even more interesting. Historical records show that European military and religious orders were active in the Atlantic during the early 1700s. The Knights of Malta, in particular, had strong naval forces and connections to secretive operations. Could one of their ships have made its way to Oak Island? And if so, what exactly did they leave behind? The swamp has always been a focal point of speculation, and now the discovery of possible ship remnants adds weight to a long-held theory that the swamp was deliberately created to conceal something. The idea that an entire ship was scuttled here might seem extreme, but history is full of similar examples of hidden treasures protected by deception. If the Knights or another group wanted to ensure their cargo was never found, sinking a ship and disguising the area as a natural swamp would have been an ingenious solution. And if the team can pinpoint exactly where the ship rests beneath the surface, they may be on the verge of uncovering something groundbreaking. While the discovery of the copper nails offers exciting new possibilities, the team faces a serious obstacle at the money pit. As they push deeper into the TB1 shaft, the ground suddenly begins to give way, causing a dangerous cave-in. For a moment, everything hangs in the balance: years of excavation, millions of dollars in equipment, and a dream that has spanned generations. All of it could be lost in an instant. But the team isn't ready to give up. They quickly regroup, reinforcing the area and deciding on their next move. The setback is frustrating, but it also confirms something critical: they are disturbingly close to something significant. Meanwhile, another shocking discovery emerges from the excavated spoils. A strange chunk of material resembling concrete is found among the debris. This is no ordinary rock, it appears to be man-made. And if it's what the team suspects, it could be the strongest evidence yet that they are closing in on the legendary chapel vault. Historical accounts suggest that the chapel vault, a structure reportedly containing chests of treasure, was encased in a concrete-like material. If the fragment the team has found matches descriptions from previous dig attempts, it could mean they're just feet away from their biggest breakthrough yet. Every time the team gets close to answers, Oak Island throws another challenge in their way. But with each setback, they gain more insight. The discovery of 18th century ship materials, the connection to secretive European orders, and the possibility of a deliberately hidden shipwreck all point to a much older mystery than previously believed. The deeper they dig, both literally and historically, the more it seems that Oak Island's secret is not just about treasure, it's about forgotten history, secret societies, and a trail of clues left behind by those who never intended them to be found. The team now faces a critical decision: do they continue risking collapse at the money pit, or do they shift their focus to the swamp, where a sunken ship may hold the key to everything? With limited time before the excavation season ends, they can't afford to make the wrong choice. But one thing is certain: Oak Island is not done revealing its secrets. And if the team keeps pushing forward, they may finally uncover a truth that has remained buried for centuries.